hydrate, and it's going to harden. So here we have our leak, and very often you don't have single source leakages like this. You're going to have an area of the wall that we call it weeping. That wall is weeping. So you have lots and lots and lots of little pinholes all over the wall where you have droplet formation. Now, obviously you can't take the water stop and mix up tiny little batches and stop each droplet formation because you can't even see them. It could be that you've blown off the plaster, and when the plaster falls off, the pointing falls off with it. So you're going to have little points within the pointing that you can't even see. And that droplet formation may take 15 minutes for one drop. So if you put a slurry on top of that, the slurry takes time to get a little strength and a little bit of negative resistance. And within the course of 20 minutes, if one droplet forms, you have a pinhole in your cementitious slurry. So we want to stop all those little pinholes. So first I'm going to show you how to stop a single source. Is you want to put your hands down the sides of the bucket and get as much powder as you can. Draw them together, and don't twist and turn your hands. Just bring your hands together and try to compress the air out. So you want like a snowball. So here we have it. That's very good. Now, you have to do this quickly. You just want to push it up against there and hold it against it. Where the powder comes in contact with the water, it's going to be a very fast hydration process, and it's going to stop the water leak. So you want to sneak up on it. You don't want the water to see you coming. Right? You have to surprise attack it. So you'd be like, hey, what's going on over there? And then, right? So we're not smearing it around. We're not giving the water an opportunity to push its way through the powder in your hand. Because it's a little colder today, I'm going to hold it a few seconds longer than I usually do. And here you can remove the excess powder. You don't want chunks getting back in there. All right, so here we have it. Right? So you see, it's only going to turn dark where it has contact with water because it's hydration. So if we rub this off a little bit, we'll be able to find the original water source. Right? So it's getting dark, that means it's wet, but there's no liquid water coming through here. That's fine. That's fine that it's dark, but we have no liquid water. All right. Now before we do our area waterproofing, again, this is a permanent fixed, this part of the wall now. Before we do the area waterproofing, obviously we want to react it, force the reaction. So we wet it down, we spray it down. So this is going to be a nice hard substrate to work on top of. Now, as I mentioned before, very often you have this droplet formation all over the wall. Right, so what do here? We do the same method. We want to get a big ball of powder, compress it out, and you don't just take it and you're like, okay, that's not going to work. You have to take a ball and push it up against here. And using force, you work this powder over the whole surface. Right? So you're pushing it up against that droplet formation, and even if you don't see it, you're stopping it. And after the first go, then you'll see if you missed a little spot here and there. Then you'll see that droplet formation, then you just go back and with your thumb push it in there a little bit better.